All right, NFL Real Talk back with you. I got my Packers correspondent here, Tim. He's gonna give you a little info about him, what he thinks the season is like. You know, where he think they going, where does he think they're going, and if they'll go undefeated or not. So I'll let him have it.
All right, what's up? What's up? You know, my Packers undefeated. Our record speaks for itself. Obviously, 12-0 right now. I mean, we wrapped up the NFC North last week against the Giants, which put up a tough fight against us. I give up big props to Eli, and that Giants team for giving us the best, I guess the biggest threat towards us this year, outside of the Bears in week I think four or five. I think that's when we played them first time. But obviously, right now we're undefeated. I mean, that's big ups to our coaching staff for keeping our players in check. And our players also, for keeping that hunger. Because it's tough to get 12-0. I mean, not many teams have been that far, and I only think one other Super Bowl champs, defending Super Bowl champs, remain 12-0, and that was the Broncos in '98. So obviously, it's no easy feat being 12-0. But looking at my team right now, we do have problems, and problems I mean, our defense. I mean, my God, they're just atrocious. When it comes to our pass defense, I mean, we're ranked like dead. We're ranked like in the bottom, 31st in pass defense, giving up what's it? They ain't near 400 yards. I mean, come on, 400 yards of passing yards. I mean, you hear the analysts say, it's because the teams are falling behind. They have to throw to catch up, but still, we have some of the best secondaries. We have one of the best secondary in the league. Woodson, Tramon Williams. Who else? Nick Collins as well. Obviously, he got hurt in week 2.
That's
I
right, he
mean,
did. You got Morgan Burnett.
yeah, Morgan Burnett, which he reminds me of Bob Sanders a little bit, but without the injury issues.
Injuries.
Because we all know what happened to Bob Sanders, but I think Morgan Burnett is a good strong safety. And we got Charlie Pepper there. He's stepped up since Nick Collins been hurt.
Okay.
I know, but obviously, we're not generating enough pass rush, or at least getting those exotic blitzes going. Because Don Capers is known to design those blitzes almost like what we call it, Dick LeBeau over there at Pittsburgh. They're basically the same person.
Right.
So you would think, with all the design and whatnot, that he would generate some kind of pressure somewhere. Because teams now can look at Clay Matthews, the bloodline.
Bloodline. Well, I love bloodline.
That's why I was skeptical when we first drafted him. I was like, because I ain't never heard of him before. You hear about the Matthews family, but obviously he's done wonders for our defense. But teams now are starting to key off on him, starting to double team, triple team. I mean, you name it. They
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 doing
they
it.
they find Clay Matthews. They gonna block him. So obviously we need another pass rusher, and only person I can say that's doing a decent job is B.J. Raji. But being a nose tackle, I mean, obviously that's you're going to get double teamed regardless. So, and we're not generating any other pass rushers because our D line's not creating enough pressure. Since we do have three down linemen, but I mean, come on, I guess it's our depth because we did lose Colin Jenkins to the Eagles,
That's right.
and I think Jonathan Giles is in jail. So
Feel me?
I
Can't
mean,
stay off the syrup.
I guess in Houston, that's what we known. That's what they're known for, man. But on the other note, I mean, we're not like basically B.J. Raji's basically our most consistent player on our defensive line, and the rest of them are more like run stoppers. I mean, they're big, but they're more. You can't rely on them on passing downs outside of B.J. Raji. So that kind of hurts us. So, secondly, obviously, I mean, we need another. Eric Walden being our other outside linebacker. I mean, he's done a good job. Like, I mean, so far he's been real serviceable for our team, but he's more of that run stopping linebacker more than a pass rusher. So with him on the field, I mean, he he knows what to do, but he's not Clay Matthews. And I mean, Clay Matthews are key in, our pass rusher, and Eric Walden's our run stopper. And if we could combine those two, I mean, into two different players, combine those two talents that each of them possesses into two outside linebackers, then that'd be great. But obviously, we're stuck with what we have, and that's just one thing that really hurts us. And obviously, I get a couple of injuries as of late. That's starting to rack up now. I guess when you get late in the year, people are starting to get cramps since it's getting cold and whatnot. Cause that cold weather can hurt you.
Yeah, your muscles get tense.
Yep. And Nick Collins got hurt week 2 with that neck injury, and people are saying, like, I've been reading up on him. They said there's a good chance he may return next year, and there's a good chance he may retire. So
Ugh.
I mean, you see Peyton Manning. You see it's almost like a Peyton Manning situation, except he's not taking like 8 or 9 different surgeries.
Right.
So I just hope the best. Nick Collins has been a ball hawk, and he's been one of those leaders for us on defense. I think that's something we do miss from him. And also, AJ Hawk and Desmond Bishop been hurt. They were missing in action last week because of, I think it was hamstring issues for both of them. So I mean, as for me, I will keep them out this week. Because hamstrings ain't nothing to mess with. You could ask Andre Johnson, man.
Right.
Cause that boy, I think he hurt both of his hamstrings. I think.
I don't know. It could be one. I don't know. I just know
Yeah.
he has hamstring problems.
Yeah.
On my fantasy team, and he's me.
To say, man. At least my fantasy team doing pretty decent.
Woo.
But outside of that, I mean, defensively, we're in the top half against stopping the run, which I really do like. I mean, there's nothing much we could say because since teams are not really running the ball against us that much anymore, since our offense is just putting up lights out
Just
numbers.
shredding people.
We just doing lights out in those people. And which brings me to my offense. Offense, what more can I say? The stats speak for itself. I think we're ranked first in scoring offense and fourth in passing yards, which is both good, which I love. More points will put more pressure on the other team. And also, one key stat that we're ranked 30th in rushing.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, what do you think about y'all rushing? I mean, do you think one day you all, like, somebody's going to probably derail that passing attack? You think you may have to run for it, and being ranked 30th, it's not too good.
I mean, me personally, ranked 30th in rushing is unexcusable. I mean, it's straight up garbage. As far as I would rather. I mean, we're looking like the Colts offense.
Pretty much, exactly.
But I mean, I know James Starks is hurt with a high knee sprain. Not high knee, but high ankle sprain. But I mean, you see, he's not putting that much production. I think yards per carry is around 3.5, which is
remind me of them Cadillac days.
Yeah, and which is pretty decent numbers. You really can't say nothing, but I mean, we need to run the ball. The yards per carry needs to go up. I mean, I really don't care about the having over 100 yards or putting up like 100 plus yards rushing.
Right.
But at least let's just have the presence that people will respect our running game, because I think when we played the Giants, Aaron Rodgers was our leading rusher. He do have 40 yards rushing. I can't have my quarterback leading the team in rushing like that. I mean, he's no Tim Tebow. He's no Michael Vick.
Tebow.
I mean, the dude can run. The dude's a mobile quarterback, but I don't want him to put up those type of numbers week to week. That just really puts him as a liability. Once he gets past the line of scrimmage, people are gonna start being headhunters now. They gonna.
Yep.
That's how he got hurt last year when we played against the Lions. He started running, and people were headhunters, and he got 2 concussions last year.
Yep.
So we need Ryan Grant needs to stay up. He's ever since he got that contract extension back in 2008, the dude has not been producing. Last year I'll give it to him because injuries, they happen to anybody, and we can't fault him for that. But I mean, James Stark's been putting up numbers, pretty decent numbers, for somebody that's had, like, I think he tore his ACL in college. So I mean, he put up pretty decent numbers for that, coming off that kind of injury. So we need to run. That's all I can say. Run the ball. Yards per carry just needs to go up. But offensively, I mean, our passing game is arguably the best outside the Saints. I mean, you could argue, the Saints have a better passing team than us, but it really doesn't matter because I really don't care. If you choose the Packers in a passing game, I'll gladly take the Saints. You choose the Saints, I'll take the Packers. We really can't argue who's better because Drew Brees is doing a phenomenal job as always over there in New Orleans because this guy right here, he knows firsthand.
Oh yeah, well, I most certainly know. I've seen it. Oh, the Bucks.
But obviously, the main issue is always remain healthy as possible. I know our offensive line is doing a pretty better job in protecting Aaron Rodgers. That I'm glad of that. Also just continue to protect Aaron Rodgers. That's another thing that I can't stress anymore because the more time he has to throw the ball, the weapons we have, in Finley, Kyle, Driver, Jennings, Jordy Nelson, James Jones. I mean,
Got a lot of weapons.
we have weapons, so that obviously if you protect him, the better we protect him, I mean, who can really stop us? Because we been putting up numbers, and really, there's obviously that there are not many teams that I see that really can stop us right now. I mean, I think our biggest threat is the Saints, but only problem I have with the Saints is that they're a dome
I was
team.
about to say, once you take them out of that, was they playing the Superdome or
Yeah.
Benz Dome, whatever? Once you take them out of that, man, if they have to go to Lambeau Field, I just don't see it. Don't see it.
That's what I'm saying. Being a dome team, you see how much the numbers they put up inside their dome.
Yeah.
But once you get to Lambeau, or matter of fact, you put them up, in any cold weather city,
Yeah, I
where
don't
we're
see
outside.
them.
I mean,
I don't see them doing anything.
It's just hard for me to see that, see them going anywhere in the cold.
Yeah, I think the only team I see playoff wise that will maybe do anything to you all are the 49ers.
Yeah.
And that's just cause
Like Eric said, the defense and running game, but
I don't know which one. They're playing, JJ. Yeah, whichever Harbaugh has done a fabulous job. That's coach of the year in my books. Yeah. But I mean, they're doing feast right now in NFC West.
They are feasting on that horrible division.
So I can't say they won't do a good job, because they could, their record right now is shocking to everybody. So I don't think anyone would think they're going to be 10-2 right now.
No.
So I think, they've done a good job with Frank Gore getting the ball. Frank Gore's doing a good job. Alex Smith has been mistake-free so far this year. But I think he'll be the real X factor.
That's what I believe. He'll be the X factor. I do not believe that man can carry them into the playoffs, because there's going to be a few times a game where he's going to have to make a play or make a throw.
Yeah.
And I just don't see him doing it.
And with the ball hawks that we have, I mean, we lead the league in interception with I think 24. So I mean, I think that also helps. That also is a high risk, high reward for our defense, because we do give up a lot of passing yards, but we do pick people apart. Pick people apart. Yes, that's. I mean, but
you think y'all going undefeated?
I don't want. I want to refuse to answer that question.
Plead the fifth.
I will refuse to answer that question right now, because only reason I say that is because I want everybody to look at the past of when they went 18-1, and that's for me. That's my biggest fear that might happen to us. So, but all that relies on our defense, because our offense they've been carrying us most of the year, if not the whole year. So, I mean, if our defense can step up in the crunch, then I think we'll be fine. I think, we could be just like the 72 Dolphins. But until that time, my mouth's gonna be closed on that question. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, me personally, I think really the only team I see giving them a problem is the Lions at the end. Other than that, I mean,
and Dominican Sue better not be stepping on anyone.
Oh yeah, no, he said he was just trying to get up. And
we all saw the film on that. We saw the replay. He wasn't trying to step on nobody.
Yeah, I Sue's my boy, but I don't like that. I still take him over Gerald though. Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for the Packers for Tim. I know I'm putting out some more Bucks videos or just being real slow. But catch y'all later. Peace.